What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here today to go over a little CGC Todd McFarlane signing card submission preview. That's right, as we all know, CGC is now grading Marvel cards and has been for a month or two now. And part of CGC and part of the thing that I was excited about when they went down this path that they were going to begin doing Marvel cards was they have authors, artists, writers, actors, actresses in to do private signing events, and then they will grade and encapsulate the item that you send in. They've done this with comic books for years. I was hoping they were gonna do the same with Marvel cards, and right out of the chute, they are. Todd McFarlane is the first one up. It is $125 per card. That includes the grading and the signature. So a bulk of that you're paying basically probably about $100 for the signature and $25 towards the grading. So it's a little bit of a steep price. For this one, you are going to get a custom McFarlane label, yellow label, just like the comic books. And you send them off. They have to be in by, I believe, November 11th, but please do not quote me on that. Maybe it's November 3rd, early to mid-November. Double check the website. You ship them off, and then he signs them on site. They are graded and encapsulated. Now, it could take, it says on the website, that due to the demand, that it will take him multiple weeks to months, perhaps, to sign some of this stuff, and they are doing it in the order that it's received. So I'm going to go ahead and get mine out the door about a month early, so it is there and ready for him and do his thing. And, you know, when I get it back, I get it back. The only downside is that CGC charges when the items are received by them. So I'm going to have the money tied up for a while until these come back. I am much more of a Jim Lee guy than a McFarlane guy. Personally, I like McFarlane's work. Don't get me wrong. If this was a Jim Lee signing, I'd be taking out a loan on a bank for the amount of stuff that I would be sending in for it. But since it's a McFarlane signing, and he actually doesn't have a ton of cards out there. He has a couple individual sets, like full sets from the early 90s, and then he was actually featured in the latest Spider-Man metal set. But there's not like oodles and oodles of options like with Jim Lee, where you have an entire set of 92 Jim Lee with a bunch of different artwork. His stuff's been sprinkled in throughout the years. So what am I sending? I have 6 cards going off. So this is going to run me a little under $800 with shipping and the whole 9 yards. And I really don't know how I think most of these cards are probably 9s, maybe 9.5s, but you're really not sending them in for the grade that much. I mean, if it 9s or betters, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm doing this more for the auto. I have no idea what resale value is going to be on these at all. I'm sending in a couple of duplicates. That way I have one to sell, one to keep of a couple different ones. So, and then I'll just kind of see how the secondary market goes for them. First up, from this most recent Spider-Man metal release, a perfect card for this, his High series Venom. Now, I would send more of these, but I only pulled one. So this is the only one that I have. So this is going off, and this is the classic image, the first time Venom appeared on the page. So this is going to be a really cool one to have signed. Hopefully he does like silver ink or something right across the thigh there. It would be really cool and pretty good place to sign right there. So that's the first one going off. The next one is from 89 Comic Images. This is card number 8, Spidey. Really cool looking card. Iconic image. This is the image on ASM 301. Great image. This I cracked out of an SGC 8.5 slab. I had a couple of these when I actually cracked a box of this set a long time ago and sent some off for grading. One of them SGC 10, which I flipped that for a really nice profit, and then kept this one, the 8.5, just to have, and it ended up working out. I cracked it out, so I'm hoping this one 9. It's a little OC left or right, but absolutely iconic image. The next two are from the same set, web swinging, just a really, really cool action shot of Spidey swinging through the streets of New York City in the winter. So sending both those off. I looked them over and picked out the best two. Like I said, I think these are borderline 9s to 9.5s, probably like 9.25s. And then the last two are the iconic Hulk 340 cover with Wolverine with Hulk in his reflection of his claws, sending two of these off as well. This is one that I would definitely keep. One of these I will for sure keep. I believe this Venom, I think I will keep, and I think I will keep this one and probably let these two, maybe one of them go and one of these go. So at minimum, I have at least two that will be easy to move because they're duplicates, and then I'll kind of figure out what I want to keep for there. But that's what's going off. Like I said, I wanted to get this in the mail now before it gets too late. I don't want to go right up against the buzzer and be right towards the end of the line. So a little bit pricey at $125 per card, but him being the first one through the door, I think is going to be a really cool experience. And it's going to be interesting to see who they bring in after the fact. Once again, if this was Jim Lee, I would personally be sending a ton of stuff in because I would love to have a Jim Lee, some autoed cards. He has pack pulled stuff out there. They are extremely expensive. The other cool thing going forward from here is like, who's next? You know, Jim Lee's a popular one. Peach Momoko would be a popular one. Some of the writers would be very popular that they could bring in. To me, the most intriguing part of all of this is the actors and actresses that play the characters. To be able to potentially have the opportunity to send in, 90 MU or whatever, whatever the card might be, in to have an actor or actress sign it, I think is extremely interesting and could have a lot of PC value to it for people for sure. I'll be curious to see how this signing goes. How long do they take to get back? What does the resale value look like on the back end for the extras that I am getting graded? McFarlane's signature is not, it's not rare. It's very easy to find. He signs a ton, but it's always been on comic books. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out with him doing a card signing for the first time. It's a unique medium. I think it'll look really, really good in the CGC case with the custom label on the yellow out there. So if you have any McFarlane cards laying around, I encourage you at least send maybe one off just for a PC item. I think it would look really, really great displayed next to, like, how cool would this look next to, an ASM 299 or 300? How good would this look next to the ASM 301 cover, or these next to a 340 cover on display? To me, that's the unique nature of it. And also with the CGC synergy, you have the matching label, matching slab to a degree. All that stuff ties together, and it just makes for really great display pieces. That's, like I said, part of the big reason I was excited for CGC to get into this space. So that's all I have for you guys and girls today. Those are going off. We'll probably see those sometime in early 2023. We will catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.